See if the same 7 people from earlier find their way back in here. YouTube is so bad about this shit, man. I just honestly, I don't understand. Like, it's one thing to, like, some people aren't getting notifications, but when nobody's getting notified that the stream is live, there's, clearly a fucking problem that needs solving. Hey, what do you know? Somebody got a notification. Somebody got a notification. But doesn't look like many. Cool. Well, looks like some people are getting it and most people aren't, and that's just how we're gonna have to roll with this. Cause go ahead, eat your pizza, man. Let me put it in a. You want me to put it in a little chunk for you? Here. Here. No, it's okay. Here, look. I'll put it in smaller chunks. Just don't choke yourself on it. Chew it. Chew it. Eee. I felt the feeling that Paul was streaming. What kind of pizza am I eating? That's some leftover DiGiorno sausage and pepperoni shit going on here. Looks like we're still dealing with notification shenanigans today. I mean, like, what the fuck, dude? What's even the point? What's even the goddamn point anymore? Guess we. You doing okay there? You getting it eaten there? Good. You gotta chew it. You gotta bite it. Don't just lick the sauce off of it, man. It's pizza. Go to town. Are you afraid of death or just scared of the moment you experience it? Um, I mean, I think any fear that I have wrapped up with regards to death has to do with the pain of dying or the perceived feeling that you're dying. I mean, I think that's way scarier than the idea of non existence. I mean, most of us drift into that dreamless non existence at least once a week, you know? You're asleep, no dreams. Your head hits the pillow, you close your eyes, and then you open your eyes and it's 8 hours later and you feel like no time has passed. Like, everybody's had that happen. That's what death is like. Death is like an infinite amount of hours that pass in instantaneously, right? But it's just constant. Nothing to be scared of there. I mean, I've never, had a deep dreamless sleep that I woke up like deathly afraid of, oh my god, that non-existence was horrible. No. Like, the end of consciousness is not the scary part of death to me. The scary part of death to me is like, oh my god, is it going to hurt? Am I going to feel myself dying, What's that going to feel like? By all accounts, from people who have had near-death experiences and stuff, I'm not talking about the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm just talking about people who have actually died on the operating table, or died in some kind of accident and then were resuscitated. Usually the reports come back of it just being kind of peaceful. And really the only thing that I have to compare it to in my personal life is the bouts of syncope that I've had, which I haven't had a loss of consciousness and it's been over a couple of years now, I think. But it does happen to me from time to time, and I don't know. At first, it's scary. Your heart starts pounding pretty hard because you know you can feel it happening. You can feel your vision closing in. Hey Paul, Space Cop here. Please don't hate me. It was all just fun. Oh yeah, dude. No, 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 no. Trust me, we were having a good time. I was just role playing along with the cop shit because I thought it was a lot of fun. No, thank you, dude. I'm sorry you lost your ship. I didn't think you were gonna open up on me though. Like I can't. You're a dedicated dude. That's $6 million ship. That's no slouch. No, that was a lot of fun, man. Thanks for participating. That's why I like that game, man. Well, one of the reasons. Every time I've played it on a stream, I've always had at least one person come meet me. The first time I streamed it, the first couple of times I streamed it, there was a dude that let me ride around in one of his ships. He had a ship that you could multi-crew, so I joined the crew on one of his ships, and he flew me around and stuff. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, there's the community seems really cool in Elite. Um, I think it's because it's got a really high. I mean, dude, I'm gonna sound like such an asshole saying this. I think the reason that Elite is so cool is because there aren't a lot of fucking kids playing it. I'm sorry, I had to say it. I'm not talking about young people. I'm talking about like fucking 15-year-olds and 10-year-olds and 8-year-olds and shit. You know what I mean? Kids. There's not a lot of kids playing Elite Dangerous because you can't just pick it up and start griefing. You know what I mean? It actually requires a time investment to learn how to play it. And then even once you've learned how to play it, you still don't know everything there is to know. You know what I mean? It's a very slow and contemplative game. I have 106 million. Got some to spare for fun. By the way, I was on your first Elite stream. Cool. Hey, were you the dude that I got in his thing and flew around with? That's pretty cool, man. Kids don't. Well, I mean, you don't need a joystick to play Elite. I mean, you can get Elite Dangerous on PS4 and Xbox, but here's what happens. When a fucking 8-year-old gets Elite Dangerous because his mom bought it for him for Christmas and it looked cool because it had a spaceship on the box or whatever, he's going to pop it in, he's going to play it for maybe 20 minutes, and he's going to go, fuck this game, it sucks, and he's never going to play it again. And I got to be honest with you, that is nothing but a benefit to the community of Elite Dangerous. The fact that an organization like the Fuel Rats exists is just like a testament to what a cool community it is. I mean, here's a group of people at no reward to themselves who have made it their mission in the game to help stranded people. So if I were to make some stupid jumps and run out of gas and not be able to jump out, instead of just being stranded there and having to lose my ship, I can call the Fuel Rats. They make kind of a little mini game role playing thing out of it. And one of them comes and gets me, comes and brings some fuel for my ship so I can jump out. I've never had to use them before, but I would if I was in a pickle for sure. You sometimes have to wait a while for them to get there. I mean, there are only a few guys, and sometimes people are all the way on the other end of the galaxy. But the fact that there's like a player organization that sprung up that does that for free, just because they love the game, because they think it's fun to help people play the game. You don't get that in like League of fucking Legends or, you know. I mean, look at the total inversion of community, and you know what that is? That's 8-year-olds. That's 9-year-olds. That's 8 through fucking 17-year-olds. That's why those games are toxic. Like, so that's why they can never fix them. Like, Dinor, shut up. You're not getting any more. I gave you a whole fucking piece of pizza. Not a whole piece, but you got a whole crust. Just because there's this crust left doesn't mean you get it. No. No. No, no, no. No whining, no wimping, no bullshit. It's all gone. Be quiet, lay down. Fucking Dinor, man. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. The reason why these game communities are quote unquote toxic or whatever the fuck is because they're filled with fucking kids. Period. Because there's a bunch of 8 to 17-year-old fucking kids playing the game and they suck. Their brains aren't even anywhere near developed yet, and they're a bunch of antisocial fucking retards, and they ruin the experience of every fucking game that they play. Overwatch, League of Legends, Dota 2, unfortunately now fucking Heroes of the Storm are just absolutely inundated with these fucking kids playing the game. That's why I'm telling you, dude, there needs to be some absolutely 100% verifiable age verification in these games. Because listen to what they could do. If you had a way to 100% verify someone's age during an account creation, if there was an extra step that required some proof, you know what I mean, that would lock out any of these kids from just going, how old are you? Oh yeah, I'm 28. Fucking, you're 8. So if you took away their ability to lie about their age, then these kids could still play League. They could still play League. They could play the kids' league. The kids, all of the toxic, screeching, squeaking, pubescent little fucking retards that play the game would all be on the same server together. They'd be in the 8 to 17 server, right? Then when you get 18 or 19 or 20, whatever they decide the cutoff is, then you're playing with nothing but adults who have jobs, who don't have time to sit around and troll fucking League by feeding all day just to see people rage. When they play the game, they want to win a few games, so they're going to try. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I honestly think it's a really good idea because it doesn't exclude kids from playing these games. You know, if there was an ironclad age verification required for account creation on these games, something that couldn't be gamed, then 8-year-olds could play fucking Call of Duty with other 8-year-olds. 8-year-olds could play fucking StarCraft 2 with other 8-year-olds. You know what I mean? They'd have their own little subsection of the server where they only get match made with each other. They can be toxic as fuck. They can call each other nigger faggot all goddamn day. They can feed and just run it down mid all goddamn day and just int until their fucking team can never recover, and they can do it all goddamn day with each other. And then the adults can spend time actually playing the video games. But one of the reasons, once again, to bring it all full circle, that's one of the reasons Elite is good. Wouldn't that be segregation or censorship in a way? No. This is a video game. This is not, the public space. This is a video game. Kids should be playing with kids anyway. Like honestly, think about it. When you get your kid a console and he sits down to play a video game, are you hoping he's playing with a bunch of 30-year-old dudes, or are you hoping he's playing with kids that are within 5 years of his age range? I think most parents would like this. So yeah, this is not censorship in my mind. This is just it is kind of segregation, I guess, but digital segregation by age group. I'm fine with that. You were wrong about Nirvana. Like, how'd you come to this realization, dude? Seems to me like you may be trolling. Yeah. Once you can absolutely verify that you're 18 plus, you get to play on the big boy server. But that's why Elite is good. The steep learning curve and the need to invest lots of time in learning how to play the game act as a natural barrier to most children playing it, because they just don't have they want something that they can log into. I picked Aurelia. I'm just gonna run down the middle lane and attack the tower. Yay! I died. Okay, that's good, because that means that's how I buy things. That's how I get to buy things at the shop. Otherwise, I have to run all the way back. So I'm just gonna go attack the tower. Yay, I died again. I get to buy something else. Could that potentially be a problem if predators were able to have? Well, see, that's the thing. It has to be ironclad. In order to have one of these fucking accounts, you've got to be able to prove that what your age. And I don't even know what that would be. You know what I mean? Maybe it would be like an extra step that required you to, you know, I don't know. How would they verify your age? You know, there's got to be some kind of document that you can provide that'll be an age verification. I mean, I guess it wouldn't stop unscrupulous parents from allowing their children to log on to their accounts and shit. But I'm telling you, it would cut 99% of this shit out because 99% of the fucking little ragers and squeakers and shit that are a problem, Dinor, 99% of them, it's not because their parents are allowing them to log on to their account or some shit. They've got their own fucking League of Legends account and their parents have no idea what they're doing on it. You know? Like, if you could stop that, then you'd stop 90% of toxicity in games, at least for adults. Unfortunately, the kids would have to deal with their stupid shit, but whatever. I mean, sorry, that's the price you gotta fucking pay. I mean, maybe they could even have a program on the kiddie server of like community leadership. You know what I mean? So when people make good reports, like if you report somebody who was doing a bad thing and you were eloquent in the report and you were diligent in the report and you were kind and courteous when they go back and look at it, then maybe you get a certain amount of points. And maybe when you get to a certain level, you become kind of a community leader in the kids server or whatever the fuck. And if you do that well for a while, maybe they'll give you, you know, maybe you'll get the opportunity to graduate early or some shit. Like if you've proven that you're not a stupid little retard, because I know not all kids are incapable of playing a video game with an adult and having a good time. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to pigeonhole all young people. So I'm just saying, if you can prove yourself with consistent good behavior in game, you know, consistent use of the reporting tools and shit to show that you understand what's toxic and what people don't like to fuck with, and you're good about that, then yeah, you know, let the 14-year-old play on the 20-year-old server if he can prove he can fucking do it. Like, I'm fine with that. Nobody got a notification tonight. I actually started this stream one time before this. There's a totally lost stream that only like 7 people saw. Some of you, you know, one of you might have been in here. There were like 7 of us in here, and you know, it was like 5 minutes into the stream, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna restart the stream. So this one sent out I guess a handful of notifications, but we're still way lower than I normally would be. So just YouTube fuckery, man. Just YouTube standing in the way of its content creators yet again. You got there when it closed, yeah. I only checked my sub box by chance. Yep. You have no idea how many times, and I'm not complaining about you saying it. I'm just saying you have no idea how often I hear that as a creator. And it's one of the most fucking frustrating things in the world you can hear, because it just means that YouTube isn't holding up its end of the bargain. I don't control sending out notifications to my subscribers. They do. If they gave me access to that, and there was a button that said notify subscribers that you're live, I would press it every fucking time. But I don't have that button. They've got that button. And they're fucking around with it. I mean, they've got it all motherfucked up. I don't know. It's just fucking frustrating. I know I spend an inordinate amount of time on these bitching about YouTube, so I'll spare you from this rant you've all heard a million times before and see what you guys are up to. Just had a nice barbecue yesterday with some nice kebabs, some chicken tikka, Greek chicken and the other American stuff. Cool, man. That sounds pretty fucking good. Um, I'm not real familiar. I've had chicken tikka masala, but I'm not real familiar with it. I think it's tikka masala, isn't it? Anyway, Greek chicken. I assume that's like that slow roasted, spit roasted chicken, which is really fucking good. Um, Kebabs are some of my favorite shit. I love that kind of stuff, man. I love making kebabs. You know what? I want to do that. I want to do that. Maybe I'll grill everybody up some kebabs because TJ really I think wanted to use that his grill here, and he bought charcoal and shit for it. So maybe this weekend, um, I'll uh, I'll get the stuff to make some really good kebabs for everybody because I make a pretty mean kebab, man. One of these times, if I ever get the chance to cook fillets again, I want to stream it. I'll have Ashley stream it, like hold the phone or whatever for me, and watch me do it because TJ was like, I don't know, he kept coming back to watch me do it. And he was like, "Man, you're like a fucking meat surgeon." Because making fillets, like pan roasting fillets, is a really really involved process. You got to babysit that meat. Like when you're cooking a filet mignon in the pan, you can't just do what you would normally do with a steak and just allow the fat to render on its own. And there's so little intermuscular fat in a filet mignon that you can't rely on it to stay juicy. So what you have to do is you have to cook it in a little bit of, well, you sear it in a little bit of oil, and you add butter, and you gotta continuously as it's in the pan, when it's on the stove top and you're searing both sides, you've got to continuously be ladling that butter and oil over it. And then when you flip it, you just continuously ladle it. And then once you've got a good 3 minute sear on both sides and you put it into the oven, you got to be every like, I do it every like 30 to 45 seconds. I open the oven, I pull that pan out, I ladle some more stuff over the fillets. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, you just got to keep going and going and going. You got to know when to salt a fillet. Like people fuck up that meat. Oh man, fucking up a filet mignon is just criminal. Like it's absolutely fucking criminal. Like that cut of meat is so succulent and so tender, and to not treat it right is to just fuck yourself. People salt the like. I hate it when I see people take a fillet and season it like it's another piece of meat. You cannot season a fillet until about 5 minutes before. Like you can put pepper on it, but I'm talking about salt. If you are putting a dry rub on a fillet and letting it sit for 20 minutes or something, you're killing your fillet. The salt starts to break down all that muscle tissue and it just gets dry and gross. You salt your fillets liberally with sea salt 5 minutes before they go into the pan, not a minute before. You bring your fillets out of the fucking fridge half an hour to 45 minutes before you cook them. You never cook a cold fillet. Your fillet should be pretty close to room temp when you start cooking. I mean, like if you don't follow any of those uh, rules when you're cooking a fillet, you're ruining your meat. You're fucking yourself. Oh, I love smoked tri-tip, man. I'm not a good smoker. I never learned how to, I mean, I'm sure it's pretty fucking simple. I could probably pick it up if I had the equipment for it, but yeah. Dude, smoked anything, honestly, is fucking delicious. I have had the chance one time to have Kobe beef, and it is everything people fucking make it out to be. So marbled, such a marbled piece of meat, man. So much intramuscular fat in that. It's just, oh my god, it like you'll never see a piece of meat that looks like it. The fat is distributed so evenly throughout the muscle tissue. It's just like a fucking slice of butter that all beef flavor, you know. Fuck. But yeah, I don't get to have, real Kobe beef is not something you eat a whole lot because it's pretty expensive shit. Yeah, oh yeah, dude, there's tons of fake Kobe out there. Tons of fake Kobe. There's tons of fake Wagyu as well. Um, like you just gotta you gotta get your meat from a reputable place. because a lot of times people, you know, they'll buy shit at a fucking supermarket or some shit labeled as a fillet, and it's not a fucking fillet. Improperly butchered or just not the right cut of meat. If you're gonna, get an expensive cut of meat, you need to know where you're getting it from, just like anything else. You know, if you need a cheap ass ball cap or something, you can just walk into the fucking gas station and get one. But if you want an actual nice fitted cap, you know, you're gonna pay a little more for it, and you're gonna browse around and find the right one for your head. Had Kobe at the Shinjuku Hyatt in January, closest I've come to orgasm via food. I'm telling you, man, I believe it. I like some seafood. I like shellfish a whole lot, but I don't like fish. Period. Like normal fish. Not a lot. Anyway, I've eaten some salmon that I can stomach, but I really hate that fishy flavor that ocean fish has in particular. But even freshwater fish is pretty fucking fishy. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of fish. I like shellfish, crab, and shrimp, lobster, oysters, mussels, clams, fucking scallops. I'll eat all that shit. I've also had I love crawfish. Yeah, I had jerk chicken in Jamaica during a cruise. That's cool, man. I've never gotten to go to the Caribbean or anything, but I've eaten. I've gotten. I've been privileged enough to eat a couple of really, really memorable meals in Mexico. One time was on a cruise. There was a food tour part of the cruise that you could, when you do these cruises, they have these onshore excursion packages that you can buy. They're usually pretty reasonable, and you get to do some cool stuff. And one of the things that I did on this cruise was we landed in Puerto Vallarta, and there was a wine tour that included lunch at a rustic, you know, Mexican restaurant that's off the beaten path and shit. So I went and did that, and the wine tasting and stuff was fun. The bus was pretty crowded and cramped and hot and shitty, but we stopped at three or four vineyards. But lunch was the fucking highlight, man. We stopped at this little hole in the wall place somewhere fucking like 20 miles outside of Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, in the middle of a genuine Mexican neighborhood. This is not a tourist town. I mean, this place was small and intimate. It could seat maybe 7 or 8 people at the max. It was in this woman's home, and she served the most amazing chili relleno that I've ever eaten in my entire fucking life. One of the most amazing meals I've ever eaten in my entire life. It was like I don't even know how to describe it, man. It was just off the charts good. Just better in every way than any other Mexican food I've had. Just rich and like so perfectly seasoned and so authentically flavored. Like you just tell that this shit came from a garden like probably 10 miles from that place max. Just all of it local, all of it fresh. Just really simple, honest cooking technique. You don't get meals like that a whole lot, man. Those are the really good meals, not these fancy schmancy bullshit meals that you pay out the ass for. You want a really fucking good meal, go off the beaten path in a city, find a little neighborhood place. I'm telling you, the best shit here in New Orleans is at a tiny little neighborhood fucking grocery called Radastas. And it's the best fucking sandwich ever. I mean, simple, authentic, time tested cooking is, you can't beat it. Dinor, shut your mouth. Calm down, man. Be quiet. Oh yeah, you can get good international food in America if you're in the right city and you know what to get, you know. Dinor, I've had it with you, dude. I'm not gonna tell you to be quiet one more time. You keep fucking up, and I'm gonna put you inside. You can't be out here with me if you're gonna be doing this. You gotta be chill. Fucking Denori. Dinori. All right, that's enough. That's it. I told you once. I told you twice. I told you thrice. Get in there. Inside. Dino, come on. Come on. Yeah, this is your punishment. Inside. You're not gonna chill out here with me. So you stay. Stay. Dino, inside. I feel so awful. He's like, Dad, where are you? Where'd you go, man? Where'd you go, Dad? What the fuck, man? Dad, please. Don't leave me in here, man. Come on, bro. Dinor? God damn. You can't be in there barking. People are trying to fucking sleep. Yeah. I mean, he's got to learn, you know. I was totally cool with chilling with him out here, but if he's going to act a fool, then it's going to have to be a punishment. How tall do I don't have to think about how tall Pimp Monk is. I've met him in person multiple times. Pimp Monk is pretty fucking tall. He's about 6 foot tall by my estimation. Maybe a little less. I don't know, 5'11", 6. Somewhere in that fucking zone. Pimp Monk a big dude. Mm-hmm. He a big dude. Mm-hmm. He surely is a big dude. Yes, uh-huh. He is a nice plump catfish. You were right. Okay, that's it. I gotta go kill my dog. All right. Now, now Dianor is truly punished. All right. Yep. Dinor was a bad Dinor. You know, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I put him to bed. He had to go to bed. That was the punishment. I know he wants to be up. He always wants to be where I am, no matter what, but he's in bed now. Oh, man. Yeah, we have a collar for him that does exactly that. It's a noise collar, and if he barks 3 times in a row, it vibrates. It's supposed to scare him, but he's gotten used to it. He still just barks. He's just a yappy fuck. Interracially? What do you think you are, JF? What? Get the one that zaps him? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I don't want to hurt Dinor. I'm not interested in hurting Dinor. I just want him to not bark. I'm fine with spooking him, but I don't want to hurt Dinor. I don't like it when he's hurt. What the fuck, man? I wonder if a spray bottle would work for barking like it works for cats. I mean, maybe. I mean, Dinor, the only thing that he ever really responded to was the naughty jar. So maybe I should start using the naughty jar again, because the problem with him is he gets so fixated that he drowns you out. So when you're telling him to shut up, he's so fixated on barking what he's barking at, he's not even hearing you. But with the naughty jar, when I'd shake that, that would always get his attention and startle him a little bit, and then I could correct the behavior. But he's just so like used to just us telling him quiet and just barking anyway, that he's gotten a lot of really bad doggy habits, and I'm not the best dog trainer in the world, so I'm not exactly sure what to do. You know, at some points you just kind of accept something about your dog. You're like, okay, well, he's a loudmouth. Will America ever have more than 2 parties? Probably not. Not taken seriously. I think the spray bottles work pretty good on little dogs. Well, I mean, I've tried it with Dinor. I mean, it tends to get his attention, but then he just goes right back to doing it. Like, he's just such an, I don't know. I know it's all my fault. It's all a gap in the training that Ashley and I have provided him as a dog. So I try not to let it piss me off too much, because it's a problem that I created. At least I know that, you know. I know that Dinor's little idiosyncrasies and shit. I mean, some of that is down to personality and tendency, but a lot of it is due to just me not being a very good dog owner when he was young. You know, not training him early enough, not being consistent enough with him when he was young, and he just learned some stupid bad habits. Like when we yell at him, he'll slink away for a second, like if he's begging. And I hate it when he begs. So he wants to sit right next to you and whimper for food. So I'll tell him, go lay down or some shit, and he'll look all sad and he'll slink away. And then as soon as I fucking look away, he'll be right back there, doing it again. So he's just learned that, like, when I tell him to go away, it's only temporary. That means that, like, go away until I'm not looking at you, and then I'll come back. No, I know. I used the naughty jar that way. It's a tin can, or it's a. The jar we used was glass, but it's the same effect. But I bet the tin can would be even better because it'd probably be way louder. You're living with other people, so it's an issue. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, Dinor's not by a long shot uh, the biggest handful in this house. So, all of our animals are fucking insane. Cat's a goddamn nightmare. Salvador's a nightmare. Dinor's a nightmare. The only animal in this house that's reasonable is fucking Nova. You know what Nova is? 100% chill 90% of the time. Every once in a while, Nova will be out and she'll be in a fucking pissy mood. She'll be trying to jump off everything and run around. But for the most part, you bring Nova out, you know what she does? She chills. And then you know what? You put Nova back and she chills. Nova's chill as fuck. Nova is the lizard, yes. Beardy. Tangerine bearded dragon. I think that's what she is. She's awesome. The rest of the animals in this house, though, are fucking insane. All of them. They are nuts. Sal's pretty chill. Dude, you don't know Sal. You don't know Sal. Sal is pretty fucking crazy. Like today, check this out. Chelsea had made herself like a little Ziploc bag full of peanuts, right, to take to work with her. And when she came home from work, she left it on the coffee table. And Sal got a hold of it. I woke up this morning, tried to come down the stairs, and sitting 2 steps from the bottom is Sal, blocking the whole way out of the stairs. And I'm like, "Hey, Sal, you gotta move." And usually he'll get up and move when you say that, but he just laid there. I was like, "Sal, move," and he goes, "Rrr." And I'm like, "Okay, what the fuck?" And then I looked and I saw that he had that bag of peanuts, and he didn't want me to see it. He didn't want me to come near it. So once again, so I get a little closer and I take another step towards him, and he's like, "Rrr." And then Dinor comes down the stairs. "Rrr." And I'm like, what the fuck? Dinor jumps over him because he's 2 steps from the bottom. So Dinor just jumps over him and goes on about his business. And I'm just like, all right, Sal, you better not bite me because I'm stepping over you. I don't want your goddamn peanuts. You can have the goddamn peanuts. I'm not even going to fuck with them. I'm not even going to try and take them from you. I just want to go downstairs, okay? Step over him. He growled at me the whole way, and I was like, all right, fine. So Sal is chill, but Sal has his unchill moments. And Sal's the destructive one in the house, too, in terms of, like, if we ever came home from being out for a couple hours and the couch was torn to shit, or one of the pillows on the couch had all the stuffing pulled out of it and spread all over the house, there would be one suspect in the house. One. First name Sal, last name Vidor. Skitty is the least chill of all the animals, though. That is true. Which is fucked up because he's a cat. He should be the most chill of all the animals, but he's the opposite. of that. He's a nightmare. I mean, I know he's, you know, kitty puberty and all that shit. He'll probably mellow out a little bit with age, but he is just, he thinks he's a lion, and he thinks Dinor is a wildebeest. I shit you not. If you've ever seen those fucking nature documentaries, right, where a fucking female lion pounces on a fucking wildebeest, you know, from behind, I shit you fucking not. It's identical to what Squeaks does to fucking Dinor's ass every second of every day. Squeaks will just wait for Dinor's dumbass to walk by him, and then as soon as he's behind him, he gets ready and he pounces. And he jumps right on his back. His arms flailed out to the sides. He uses his fucking claws to lock into Dinor and starts biting him on the ass. It looks, it, if it didn't hurt Dinor, it would be the funniest thing I've ever seen. But now it just pisses me off when I see him like gearing up to do it. I'll try and get footage of it. Like I'll try and find some, like I'll try and catch him doing it. I see him do it every day. Skitty is a fucking, I don't know what the fuck, dude. And it's like Dinor is a gentle soul, you know what I mean? He doesn't even know how to fight. He's a totally like, you know, Dinor is just like Dinor. He knows he's ill-equipped. He never learned it, you know. He was never aggressive. He never had to be. And he doesn't want to be. You know, you could walk right up to Dinor while he's eating and put your hand in his food, and he's not going to do shit to you. You know, he's a pacifist, man. And when Kitty hurts him, it just bugs me. So I'm on Kitty like fucking stank on shit now. I've got that fucking squirt bottle in there, and as soon as I even see him, like, because he'll do that shit where he like wiggles his ass and folds his ears back right before he's about to fucking treat Dinor's hindquarters like a wildebeest. As soon as I see him doing that, dude, as soon as he moves forward to do it, he gets a face full. He'll learn. I'm on that little motherfucker though, dude. I got his number, dude. I got that little. I got his little kitty number. Yeah, Sal bullies the cat though. Sal chases the goddamn cat around the house all day. So it's, you know, it's like a cycle of violence that just ends with poor little Dinor at the bottom. Poor little peaceful Dinor at the bottom. It's like Sal bullies the shit out of Kitty. And then Kitty bullies the shit out of Dinor. And Dinor's just at the bottom going like, hey guys, I just want to play with my toy, okay? Fucking Skitty, dude. Crazy fucking Skitty. Skitty paskitty. Skitty paskitty. Hit him. I mean, like, dude, I don't punt him or anything, but I've used my foot to push him away from Dinor more times than I can fucking count. It's just like a reflex now. If I don't have the squirt bottle on me and I see a little motherfucker running towards Dinor, I just put my foot out like a brake. He runs into it and then fucking scatters off, and then 5 seconds later, when I'm not looking, he's pouncing Dinor again. If Skitty was a real lion, we'd all be dead. He's bitten every motherfucker in this house. Yeah, well, whatever. Dinor's my bully then. So I guess the hierarchy of violence starts with Sal, leaks down to Skitty, goes from Skitty to Dinor, and then Dinor takes out all his bully aggression on me. Skin the cat with an old razor, then slap him with the skin in his sleep. Whoa. Okay. Have you ever eaten ice cream in front of Skitty yet. I don't think so, but yeah, I know they love ice cream. That's for sure. Yeah, poor little Dinor at the bottom of the social ladder, as per usual. He doesn't know how to interact with other animals, so he learns his own little weird way of getting around them instead. I mean, he's still that way with Sal. Like, he'll still get all freaked out if Sal invades his space and shit. Not aggressively, just like he gets all like, oh. And Sal's just a big dumb oaf. He's just having fun, you know. But Dinor just reacts like it's the end of the world. Yeah, I liked some things about high school. I wouldn't say enjoy, but high school was okay sometimes. I had a lot of fun in high school. So, use a cucumber to scare Kitty when he's being bad. Yeah. Next time I see him eating and he's all distracted and shit, I'm just going to put a cucumber behind him. Would you let me interview you? Sure. Send me whatever. We'll work it out. Like, send me a DM on Twitter. I don't have DMs open, but I check them. I check the messages, and I'll accept yours and whatever. Sure, whatever. If you want to do an interview with me, I'm fine with it. How far are you into The Sopranos now, Paul? Just started season 3 yesterday. Watched a couple episodes before I went to bed, so I think I'm 2 episodes deep into season 3. I'm really enjoying it. Your DS9 series got me into the show. Cool, man. Yeah, I'm having fun with that too. Um, I've got to watch a few episodes of that tomorrow. After I'm done with all the other shit I've got to do tomorrow. You just slept from 8 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. and you feel amazing. That's pretty good, man. That's a good little block of sleep. Erie, Indiana, huh? Is it bad that you ignore your family? I don't know. I mean, that depends on your family. Depends on information that I do not have access to, sir. I don't know. I might do. We might. It might be fun to do a counterpointless on The Sopranos. Honestly, after we're done with this DS9, you know, the idea behind us watching Deep Space Nine was that Scotty and TJ had both seen it multiple times, and that I'd never really seen any of it. I'd seen maybe an episode or two when it was new, but really unfamiliar with it. Well, you know, if I end up finishing The Sopranos and really enjoy it, then you know, maybe we can do a season by season fucking counterpointless on that. I think that'd be a really good idea, actually. I am writing my "What the fuck happened to Alien." I just watched Alien Resurrection yesterday, and started on that script today before the show. Um, it's coming along. Like, these what the fucks are really a slow process for me because I've got to not only like watch all these films at least twice before I write the review. You know, that's what it ends up being. Before the review is written, I've watched all these films twice. That was true for the Hellraiser film. Um, so there's 10 of those or whatever the fuck. So I watched. I think I say in that review it's like 13 and a half hours of Hellraiser. Well, for me, it was more like an entire day spent watching Hellraiser because I watched them the first time. I do the preliminary draft of like the script. I watch them a second time for detail. I add a bunch of detail. I craft the jokes and stuff. Like the writing process on these bigger, longer videos is way more in depth than just writing a straight up movie review. It's a total, it's a totally different thing. Now, I'll be honest with you. I maybe didn't watch on the second viewing. I might not have watched every second of every movie. I might have skipped around a little bit in some of them. Um, but when you factor in editing, which in these big projects, I have to get digital versions of these films and then cut them up. So once again, I'm searching for a certain moment in the movie, which means I get to watch the movie again and again and again as I'm cutting it up. So it's just, and it's an absurd amount of time commitment. I'm on the first pass through of the films now, writing as I go. Um, and then I will do a second pass through the films, adding detail, um, you know, crafting the jokes and hitting all the points that I want, and coming up with any little skits that I might do, or anything that shows up in my longer videos that's like that. That's always something that was added on that second pass. I started taking vocal notes as I'm watching the movies, actually. So that's been really helpful. Um, so if I, see something that I like, I'll just hit down and pull up my, or, whatever. I'll pull up the timestamp and I'll just record a note and say, 16 minutes, and then whatever the idea is. And then I go back and listen to that on the second pass through, and that allows me to add the detail. So, but I just started doing that. I haven't really been in the habit of that. Oh man, wow. Scotsworth was a brony but lost his ponytail. Now it's back. Okay. That review you did of the movie that sucks you into the screen had a cool ending. I think those kind of tie-ins are awesome. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like doing those little things. I mean, I'm limited in what I can do, but if I can find a way to add little touches like that to a video, I've definitely got more control over that now that my studio is upstairs. It may not be as cool looking as the theater set, but goddamn, is it less restrictive. All right, I gotta go to bed. Thank you guys for watching. Good night.